curious tone. Do you think sunlight, water, and forests are free gifts of nature? क्या आपको लगता है कि ये सब मुफ्त हैं? They are not. A river only becomes a resource when we actively step in, identify its utility, and figure out how to harness it. We extract raw materials from our environment using specialized technology, tearing into the natural landscape to feed the demands of the modern world. And we build institutions around that technology. Humans organize their labor and skills to create the systems needed to accelerate economic development. These materials are not passive objects waiting to be taken. They're part of an active, human-driven system that we are entirely responsible for managing. For generations, humanity operated on the assumption that the Earth's supply was infinite, leading to a culture of indiscriminate exploitation and blind greed. This approach fractured society into two extreme segments: a small group of haves who controlled the resources, and a massive group of have-nots who lived in poverty. This extraction triggered global ecological crises. Industrial emissions drove global warming, while toxic runoff poisoned local water supplies. Land degradation is particularly dangerous because 95% of our food, shelter, and clothing comes from the earth. When we destroy the land through mining or overgrazing, we destroy our own foundation. Treating the planet as an endless ATM has pushed our social and ecological systems toward collapse, requiring a coordinated global intervention. To stop the depletion of our planet, we have to first understand exactly what we have by mapping and categorizing every material in our environment. This classification chart shows the framework for that inventory. We start by dividing everything into natural and human resources, then branch further based on their origin, living biotic elements versus non-living abiotic materials. We also track ownership, but the most critical metric is exhaustibility. We have to separate renewable assets that can replenish themselves from the non-renewable ones that cannot. We finally calculate the status of development, measuring what is a proven reserve ready for use versus a stock that we don't yet have the technology to extract. Historically, humans have aggressively targeted the non-renewable branch. We have ripped open the earth to extract minerals that took millions of years to form, using them up in just a few decades. Labeling a resource based on how quickly it replenishes determines exactly how we set its extraction limits. This map turns the environment from a mystery into a managed inventory, allowing us to see when a withdrawal will actually empty the account. As the ecological damage worsened, world leaders were forced to address the fact that the old model of growth was no longer viable. That realization led to the 1992 Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, where over 100 heads of state officially acknowledged the environmental crisis. They signed a declaration called Agenda 21, which established a coordinated strategy to combat environmental damage, poverty, and disease through global cooperation. The core objective of Agenda 21 is sustainable development. This is a model where we achieve present economic growth without compromising the resources that future generations will need to survive. This model makes the long-term health of the planet a mandatory cost of doing business, rather than an optional side effect of economic expansion. In India, resource planning is a necessity because of the country's extreme diversity. Some regions are rich in minerals but lack water, while others have water but no infrastructure. India's national strategy begins with surveying and mapping the land, then building an institutional structure with the right technology and skills to manage what is found. The final step is matching these local extraction plans with overarching national development goals, ensuring that no resource is wasted. This looks like practical conservation, such as planting shelter belts of trees to stop land degradation and treating industrial waste before it reaches our rivers. Resources are a profound responsibility, not a free right to be abused. Ye hamari zimmewari hai, koi muft ka adhikar nahi. Intelligent resource planning and sustainable living are the only guaranteed path to a secure future for the planet.